Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be explaining you about classification of bricks based on various categories. So generally bricks can be classified into a number of ways, like based on field practice, based on strength, based on shape, based on usage, based on finishing, and based on manufacturing, and also based on burning. So we have around seven categories on which a brick can be classified. And now let's get into detail one by one. What is the classification? And also let's see where are these used. Coming to the first one, which is classification of clay bricks based on the field practice. So based on the usage in field, we have around four classifications, which is first class brick, second class bricks, third class bricks, and fourth class bricks. So you can observe in the diagrams, there's a pretty difference between all the four types of bricks. So let's get into detail. What is this first class, second class, third class, and fourth class brick? So first one is first class brick. So what is a first class brick? If you remember, in the last video I was talking about uh, various tests on the brick, and also what are the characteristics should a good brick possess. Means when you say that this brick is good, which properties must be satisfied, this is what we were talking. And there I have told about uniformity in color, uniformity in size. Yes, what all characteristics we have discussed that it should be satisfied by a good brick. All the first class bricks will satisfy the same criteria. Means they look the same deep red color throughout. They are properly burnt. They are smooth. They are exactly rectangular in shape. The opposite sides are parallel to each other. The corners are sharp and the edges are also straight. And they are free from all impurities, cracks, and also they have good texture, and also they are very much hard. So to know whether the brick is hard or not, we scratch it with a finger, and if no impression is made, then we say the brick is hard. First class bricks are of the same type. And once you break the brick and see, you shouldn't find any fissures or any cracks or any lumps of lime. And when you strike two bricks with one over each other, you should get a metallic sound. As we talked about soundness test, then we talked about water absorption test, where we told that a good brick water absorption capacity should not be greater than 20%. The same thing. And also have a good crushing strength. So we told a good brick should not have a crushing strength of less than 10 megapascal. It should be greater than 10 megapascal. And a first class brick will have a strength greater than 10 megapascal for sure. And also uh, first class bricks are generally used for all types of masonry works, flooring works, and in all major operations we can use first class bricks. So these are the features, or these are the properties of first class bricks. Next is second class brick. So second class bricks will have almost the same requirements or almost the same properties as the first class brick, but only one difference is that when we perform the fracture test, means once we break the brick and check the inner cross section, little bit cracks maybe, or little bit small fissures may be allowed. And a little bit greater water absorption capacity than first class brick is also allowed. And crushing strength should not be less than 7 megapascal. For first class brick we told it should not be less than 10 megapascal. For this it should not be less than 7 megapascal. Uses of second class bricks are generally used for all important and unimportant works, but where the brick is not just open to the atmosphere, and also it is hidden inside. Okay, for such things you can use second class bricks, like in construction of brick walls. Why? Because on the brick wall again we get mortar plastering, right? So at that times you can use the second class brick. Third class bricks, these are underburned bricks, means the burning is not complete. They are very soft, they are light colored, you don't observe the red color. And when you strike two bricks with one over each other, you get a dull sound. And water absorption capacity is nearly 25% of dry weight, which is very high. And such type of bricks are generally used for building temporary structures, means those structures which can be dismantled after the usage. Next comes fourth class bricks. Overburnt bricks are fourth class bricks, means the burning is more. So obviously the color is very dark, they are distorted in shape, means you don't see the exact rectangular shape. I already told you, brick overburning makes it more brittle, means like a biscuit. It will be very brittle in nature, it will be easily breakable. Such type of bricks are generally used as ballast, and also for as a road metal, means we use the pieces of bricks. Next, coming with classification of bricks based on the strength. So based on strength, we have heavy duty bricks. Heavy duty bricks means those bricks whose strength is greater or equal to 40 megapascal, and these bricks are used for all construction of all heavy structures. We have light duty bricks whose strength is less than 40 megapascal, and these are used in regular works. Next, classification of bricks based on shape. Based on shape, we have class A and class B. So you can see both the diagrams. The first diagram is about class A brick and second is about class B brick. So class A bricks will have a good shape. They are rectangular with sharp corners. The corners look square shaped corners. There are no more smooth corners. Then they have a good uniform color. It is a subclass A brick. Next we have the second diagram, which is the corners are not rectangle square shaped, the corners are not sharp, you can see there's a distortion in the shape, so such are called as class B bricks. Next, classification based on usage. So based on the usage, we have classification like common bricks. Common bricks means those bricks which are used for all regular purposes and multi purposes, like for filling, backing, construction of walls, etc. Next, we have facing bricks, especially where the bricks are open to atmosphere, means when they are open to our eyes, where you are giving importance to appearance, you can take the help of facing bricks. So these bricks are used in front of building walls. So like this. Next is engineering bricks, which are very strong in nature, which are impermeable, which are smooth, which are generally table molded, which are hard, and which confine to all specifications what we talked earlier. They come under engineering bricks and used for all load bearing structures like our houses, apartments, whatever. Next, classification of bricks based on finishing. Based on the finishing or the appearance, we have rustic bricks and sand faced bricks. So you can see rustic bricks means we are giving a texture mechanically with our hand. Okay, it's not naturally formed texture, we are giving some design, some pattern. That's rustic brick. Sand faced brick means you can see in the second diagram, the finishing looks like a sand finishing, means we try to sprinkle sand and give that sand texture. Next is classification based on manufacturing. So if you remember in the manufacturing process, I told you we have the operation called molding operation, and in that we have hand molding and machine molding. So if the bricks are molded with the help of a hand, then it is a hand molded brick. And if the bricks are molded with the help of a machine, we call them machine molded bricks. If you remember, in machine molding, we have talked about two types of molding. One is plastic clay machines and dry press method. In plastic clay machine molding, what do we do is we already take the help of a tempered clay, we pour it into the plastic clay machine, and that complete clay will come out like a bar, chocolate bar, and then we press this bar of clay with the wires with the dimensions of the brick, and hence we call them as wire cut bricks. Then we have a dry press method machine where directly we are pouring the dry clay and water, and the tempering is done directly in the machine and it is pressed under pressure into the molds and you get the pressed bricks. So in either of the ways we can do with the help of a machine. Last classification is classification based on burning. So based on burning we have three: pale burning, body burning, and arch. Pale bricks are those bricks which are unburnt, which are not burnt properly, they have a very pale color. Body bricks means they are well burnt, and especially we get body bricks from the center of the kiln. Okay, and next we have arch bricks. Those bricks which are overburnt are called arch bricks, which are also known as clinker bricks. So you can see underburnt, well burnt, and overburnt bricks. So that's all is about the classification of bricks. Hope you understood the video. Thanks for watching.